Hare Krishna, we continue reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 4, Transcendental Knowledge, text 25. Devam eva pare yagnam yogina paryupasate brahmagnav apare yagnam yagne nevo pachuhavati. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Some yogis perfectly worship the demigods by offering different sacrifices to them, and some offer sacrifices in the fire of the Supreme Brahman. As described above, a person engaged in discharging duties in Krishna consciousness is also called a perfect yogi or a first-class mystic. So the best yogi, the highest yogi, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, text 47, that the best of the yogis is one who is engaged in Krishna consciousness. He's saying it. So that's the first class yogi. Now, there are other yogis also. Now, what are they doing? They are performing, worshipping the demigods. And then some of them are trying to achieve the impersonal Brahman, the Supreme Brahman, the Brahma Jyoti, which is the impersonal feature of the Lord. Why is it called impersonal feature? Because in the light, Krishna, the person, is not there. Only his light is there. Only his light is there. That's why it's called impersonal feature. But he himself, the person, he is there. The Supreme Lord, he is in the Vaikuntha planets. So now different people have these different worships that they do. So there are different kinds of sacrifices in terms of different categories. Such different categories of sacrifice by different types of performers only superficially demark varieties of sacrifice. Factually, sacrifice means to satisfy the Supreme Lord Vishnu, who is also known as Yajna. So we might say, okay, I'm worshipping this demigod. I'm going to do this puja for this demigod, or I'm going to try to cultivate knowledge of the impersonal Brahman, the Brahma Jyoti. But what's happening here? What's happening is indirectly, who are they worshipping? Indirectly, they're worshipping Krishna himself. Why? Because now a person who is worshipping the demigod, why? Because I want something from the demigod. That's why I'm worshipping him. I have some material desire. So I will go to Ganeshji or Durga Devi, or I'll go to Lord Shiva. They are the most popular ones. And then I will ask them, please give me this or please give me that. So I'll worship them. But and I think they have given it to me. But actually, how do they get it? How are they able to give it to me? It's only when they get it after they get the sanction from Krishna, then only they are able to give it to me. So even if we are worshipping the demigods, the result that the demigod is able to give us is because it's coming from Krishna. Krishna tells them, okay, you can give it or you can't give it. Or if someone is worshipping the Supreme Brahman, now what is the Supreme Brahman? It is a feature of Krishna himself. It's just the light which is coming from his body. So that's why Krishna is saying, no matter what you do, you're actually worshipping me. Sacrifice means to worship Vishnu. That is the meaning of sacrifice. That is the reason why any sacrifice is performed. Yeah? So all different varieties of sacrifice can be placed within two primary divisions, namely sacrifice of worldly possessions and sacrifice in pursuit of transcendental knowledge. So whatever sacrifice we do. We are sacrificing our whatever things that we have, our house, our relations, our whatever material possessions that we have, or we are trying to cultivate knowledge. Whatever it is, any sacrifice is meant for satisfaction of Krishna. Krishna says, Bhoktaram yagya tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram. He says in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 5, text 29, that he is the beneficiary of all sacrifices, all austerities, all penances. It is him. We might do it in different ways and not understand who is the ultimate beneficiary. That's why he says, I'm the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifices. So those who are Krishna conscious sacrifice all material possessions for the satisfaction of the Supreme Lord, while others who want some temporary material happiness sacrifice their material possessions to satisfy demigods such as Indra, the sun god, etc. So the Krishna conscious person, what he will do, he will engage his time, resources, money. Why? To satisfy the Lord. Everything that he has, he will engage it to satisfy the Lord. But if there is someone who wants, as we said, I have some desire which needs to be fulfilled. Maybe I want a good, I want a child, or I want a good family, or a good husband, or or money or something. Then for these material things, then I will do some puja or something. Now I'm going to spend some resources to satisfy the demigods. And there are others who are impersonalists who sacrifice their identity by merging into the existence of impersonal Brahman. So they are the Jnanis. And what do? They sacrifice their own individuality. Their identity. How? By going inside this light, the impersonal Brahmajyoti over there. So the demigods are powerful living entities appointed by the Supreme Lord for the maintenance and supervision of all material functions like heating, watering, and lighting of the universe. So now who are the demigods? So we understood that there are different people are doing different kinds of sacrifices. Depends on what we want. Ultimately, it's going to Krishna, but still people are doing these different things. So now who are the demigods? The demigods are powerful living entities. So they are also jivatmas like us. And they're appointed by the Supreme Lord. They're appointed means the demigod is a post. Brahmaji is a post. Indra, Surya, Chandra, these are posts. Any qualified living entity can be appointed by the Supreme Lord for that post. And what do? They are responsible. They are responsible to provide the sun, the moon, the sunshine, the moonshine, the rains, the proper functioning of the universe, proper maintenance of the universe. So those who are interested in material benefits worship the demigods by various sacrifices according to the Vedic rituals. They are called Bhav Ishwari Vadi, or believers in many gods. So they believe that each individual demigod is actually a god. They think they are all gods. So they are called Bhav Ishwar Vadi. And they are interested in getting some material benefit, as we said, something I don't have, but I want a material thing. Maybe a house, a child, a spouse, a job, or anything. And so I worship the demigod for that. Then, but others who worship the impersonal feature of the absolute truth and regard the forms of the demigods as temporary, sacrifice their individual selves in the supreme fire and thus end their individual existence by merging into the existence of the Supreme. So now if I'm attracted to enter into the Brahmajyoti, so I'm not attracted to this demigod worship, but I'm attracted to enter into the Brahmajyoti. I don't want to be a person anymore. I don't want to be an individual anymore. And I'm interested to enter into this Brahmajyoti, Brahman, the Supreme Brahman. Then I'm sacrificing what? I'm sacrificing my individuality. Because I'm a person. I have consciousness. I'm an individual and I'm eternal. So I'm sacrificing my individuality by going in the Supreme Brahman. Such impersonalists sacrifice their time in philosophical speculation to understand the transcendental nature of the Supreme. So how do I do that? I'm going to engage my time So I'm going to sacrifice my time, because time is that asset, right? I can do anything with it. So I'm going to engage that time and try to speculate about the nature of the Supreme. What is the Supreme Lord? And then I come to the point that the Supreme is this light. So in other words, the fruitive workers sacrifice their material possessions for material enjoyment, whereas the impersonalist sacrifice his material designations with a view to merging into the existence of the Supreme. So the fruitive workers, what do I want? Depends. If I want to please the demigod to get something better, I'm going to offer them some sacrifice. I'm going to offer them something to please them so that I can get more things. I can enjoy more. Or I'm sacrificing my individuality to enter into the Supreme Brahman. So for the impersonalist, the fire altar of sacrifice is the Supreme Brahman, and the offering is the self consumed by the fire of Brahman. So then that means if I want to enter into the Brahman, what am I doing? That I'm offering my individuality into the Supreme Brahman. Okay, I don't want to be a person anymore. So I'm going to go sit in the Brahman. I'm offering my individuality into the Brahman. So the Krishna conscious person like Arjuna, however, what does he do? How does a Krishna conscious person sacrifice? He sacrifices everything for the satisfaction of Krishna. It's not that he's sacrificing only his material possessions, or he's sacrificing only himself. He's sacrificing everything. He's sacrificing his material possessions, whatever he has, whatever he owns, as well as his own self, individual, is sacrificed for Krishna. Thus, he is the first class yogi, but he does not lose his individual existence. So because a Krishna conscious person, his sacrifice is the highest. If I'm only worshipping the demigods, I'm sacrificing my material possessions. If I'm an impersonalist, I'm sacrificing myself. But if I'm Krishna conscious, then I'm sacrificing both my material possessions and myself for the pleasure of Krishna. And so that's the reason then that's the reason the Krishna conscious devotee is called the first class yogi. And what happens? The first class yogi, the Krishna conscious person, he does not give up his individuality. He remains an individual. He continues to remain an individual and has this loving relationship with the Lord. He does not lose his individual existence, continues to remain as an individual. Is that okay?
Yes. Yeah. So what you mentioned at the end, that is what they're trying to say out of this. The first class yogi is the one, right?
Yeah. So we are giving knowledge of different types of yogis and what they are doing and why they are doing it, okay, and what's the result of it. So someone who is interested to get just material things, what they will do is they will do some sacrifice for the demigod. So they're going to offer some material thing that they have to the demigod. Why? So that the demigod can give them more enjoyment. And then there is some who want to sacrifice themselves. I don't want to be a person anymore. I'm going to go sit in the Supreme Brahman.
So that is moksha?
I'm sorry?
That is moksha? Like moksha, the one who sacrifices themselves?
Yeah, that's moksha.
That's moksha?
Yes.
That I'll just go and sit there.
Yes.
I'll merge in the God.
Yes.
But then why, Shilpa ji, this misbelief is there? Most of the people, whomever I hear, whichever religion it might be, they're aspiring for that.
Yes.
Right? Yes. Because I hear a lot of even the Jain religion or so many other, even if I hear all my elders,
yes,
it's not only about them, but any elders, even if I talk about my close elder relatives, they would also aspire for moksha.
Yes. Majority of the world is impersonalism.
So that is impersonalism, right?
Yes, that's right. Nirvishesha Shunyavadi.
Okay.
Impersonalist and voidist. Majority of the world is Nirvishesha Shunyavadi. Why? Because the teachings of Shankaracharya became very, very prominent. Everyone accepted it very easily. And so that's the reason Lord Chaitanya came. Lord Chaitanya came to give us this bhakti, process of bhakti. So because we are thinking, oh, moksha is the highest. But Lord Chaitanya is saying, hey, no, you know what? You don't have to stop being a person. The real liberation is what? You go and sit in the Vaikuntha planets over there. And that is the real moksha. That is the true liberation. In Srimad Bhagavatam, that's what we are hearing, right?
Yeah.
Srimad Bhagavatam is telling us that. Yeah, so the further we study, it's like, why you're, okay, very good question. Now, because if I want to study a subject matter, I need to go really deep into it to become an expert in it, right? But if I see it from far, it's going to appear, I will get not the best understanding of it. I'll get some understanding of it, but not the deepest understanding of it, right?
Yeah.
So when I'm trying to look at spirituality from very far away, the first understanding I will get is this moksha understanding, the Brahman, because it is a feature of the Supreme Lord, right? Yeah. And then when I go deeper into it, I will have the understanding, oh, there is not only one, there is two. There is the Jivatma and then there is Paramatma. Huh? And then if I go further in it, then I'll understand, oh, but God is a person. He's a person. I'm a person and I have a loving relationship with him and I can be in that relation and then I can act in that relationship. And there is a spiritual world where I can live forever. So the deeper we go. So when we are looking at spirituality from very far away, of course, the first thing we will see is the Brahman. Because that is the feature of the Lord. When we go closer, we will see the Paramatma, that there is Jivatma and Paramatma. And when we go closest, we'll see, oh, there is the Supreme Lord, there is the Vaikuntha planets, we are all Jivatmas, all the living entities are there. That's how Prabhupada would explain that when we are seeing the mountain from very far away, it looks like a haze, almost like a cloud. Can't even understand properly. Then when we go nearer to the mountain, we see, oh, it's like a green thing. And there is, there seems to be some trees there and something. But when we actually go very close, we will see, oh, there's trees, there's birds, there's waterfalls, there is animals, there's so many things to do, like that. When we are seeing something from far away, we don't get the perfect knowledge of it.
Then that means that all the people, they don't want to get the full knowledge, but just what they have heard, that moksha is the best. So but they don't know what actually is the best.
Yeah.
Right? This is what we are trying to say.
Yeah, they don't know actually what's the best. So like, for example, someone is very comfortable that I just did my high school and I don't need to study anymore.
Oh,
this is enough.
Yeah.
Oh, but someone, no, I want to study. I want to do my graduate school. I need to do my graduate school. And someone will say, oh, no, not only graduate, I need to get a master at this subject. I'm going to do masters in it. It's like that.
Doing master means that you know that Krishna is a person.
Yes.
Right?
He's a person, yes. Yes. That God is a person.
God is a person.
Yes. God is a person. And that I am a person also. I will continue to remain person even after I'm liberated. And there are many, many liberated persons in the spiritual world, that there is a spiritual world, there is spiritual planets, there's variety in the spiritual planets. There's so many people, there's activity, there's so much things happening, like that. Yeah. Like as we said, from far away, we'll see the mountain. It almost looks like a cloud only, not really a mountain also, just looks like some vague shape. Like that. And then closer we go, we see some green there, some brown there, some things there.
You're talking about this. Previously, whenever you hear from anybody, it was just Swarg. Chale jaye. Swarg is the biggest place. And now I know that Swarg is still in the material world and you'll fall down. So I think that it is not only about the knowledge, but it is about the mercy of the Krishna also, that we are able to receive this. The knowledge is there, but if we are not able to receive, then Because our mind doesn't let us receive without the mercy of the devotees in Krishna. We are not able to receive.
Yes, it's true.
Because the knowledge is there and everybody knows, but then they're not able to accept it. They are so stubborn that no.
Yes, we are like that. We are like, no, no, I know what is good. I am doing what's the best thing. Why shall I listen to you? Yes. Yes.
But thank you. Like every time whenever we repeat and repeat, this affirms that yes.
It becomes clearer, right?
Yes,
as we are saying, because otherwise we are looking at only the light, right? But the more we study, it becomes clearer. Yeah. Yes. Then we'll say, oh, there's Jivatma, there's Paramatma. Oh, let me study further. Further. Because the Paramatma, the light is a reality, is the truth. It is not false. It is true. It is a realization of the absolute truth. And it is the first realization of the absolute truth. You know, it's not complete, but yet it is. It is a realization. So we are going to come to that point initially. Then trying to understand, oh, there is further. Let me do further research work. Let me go. Let me study more. Let me hear more, you know, what's in it. But if I'm not interested in spirituality, if I'm not interested to understand the truth, then I'll be like, oh, whatever is there. Why shall I bother with it? Depends on my desire, right? And then each of us, of course, we are spiritual beings. Each of us has love of God, and we just have to revive it. And then, as you correctly said, the mercy of the devotee and Krishna. So that's the reason the devotees are always trying to, you know, doing Sankirtan, book distribution, prasad distribution, just so that when a person gets in contact with the holy name, gets in contact, hears Hare Krishna, then begins the spiritual journey. It will come this life, next life, after 5, 10 lives, whenever. Again, it will come. Yeah. So that's why Lord Chaitanya says, yeah, yare dekha tare kaha Krishna upadesh. That's the best thing we can do for anyone. Just tell them Hare Krishna.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
thank you. Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Shila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna.